Okay, y'all, I wanted to make this video to let you know that I am spiritually disabled. Um, I'm coming to revelations about my experiences that I've been recently having. This past year it's been kind of crazy. I've been always having different spiritual events throughout my life, but it's like this last year something changed in my sensory, what I can sense. And so I, during this journey, I've been having different interactions with people. And the energy, the way I read the energy is different than the way I used to read it. I can see different. And it's like I can't really see, but I can see. So all kind of crazy stuff happened to me a while ago, right? I went through some type of experience. I don't even know how to call it. I guess it's like a ceremony, ritual, or something like that. I don't even know where to start on telling you guys what exactly it was. But I can say this. It happened somewhere around Highland and Hollywood, and it was a couple months ago. And I had this experience, and I felt like something made me get on the ground. And at the time, I felt like it was God. And during that time, I felt like I broke my arm. Okay? And I was thinking, what the fuck is this? And I felt like these crystals fell out of the sky and fell down into my stomach. And I had to catch them. And as I was catching them, it forced me to the ground. You feel me? It's like the heavens opened up. And it was like God threw these stones down. And it's just crazy. That's the best way I can say. So it was 6 stones. And 5 landed in my stomach. And 1 landed in my head, like up here somewhere. Or I don't know, somewhere like that. And during that time, I started having spiritual, stuff started happening to me. So the entities that have been coming to me, which I've been telling you guys, Kid Cudi and Tupac and Nipsey and Nas, and of course Eminem and Lil Wayne. They were definitely there. But Lil Wayne was there like he was watching, like I'm his mama. You know what I'm saying? The other names that I told you, they were watching me like they were my husbands. And they just kind of sat and talked to me. And it was something that happened like a full moon. And this is so crazy to say, but this shit really happened. So whatever happened, it kind of melded my mind. There were some other things that went on I really don't want to get into, but I'm just going to get into the gist of it. It's like I felt like our minds had melded, or our spirits had melded. And that particular day that it happened, they had closed downtown LA down, and nobody was riding around with no music. It was very strange time in LA, and I knew where the hell I was. All I know is my ass was weak and I couldn't move, and I passed out 9 times. I actually passed out on the ground in LA. I've never told anybody this story because of all the stuff that happened around it. It was so crazy that I just don't talk about it, because it was like a dream. But I know it happened because it really happened, but the things that were happening was like a dream. And during that time, because I was in so much pain, and they baby me. So when they come to me, they baby me. You know what I mean? I don't even know how to describe it. They baby me, and they come around me, and they basically let me know it's gonna be okay, and they dance with me, and they sing with me, and they love me, and they send me energy, like feelings and vibrations and emotions and stuff. That's how they communicate with me. And so during this time, they kept on saying, you're deaf and you're blind. And I didn't know what they were talking about. I just remember being upset that they kept on saying this. And it was like everybody that was coming around, like driving around at that time, had some kind of psychic ability. And they were like looking at me like they were expecting me to react differently to them than I was. It was like I was going through some type of test or initiation. And as I'm going through this test or initiation, they're realizing that whatever that they can do, I can't do it. I can do it, but I can't see it, and I can't hear it. So, I've been watching the sister Alexis K. Tyler, and she's been talking about Nipsey because he comes to her. So I watch her shows, because he comes to me too. So I know, different people can get different messages. So I like to hear what other people have to say. And pretty much the only one I listen to is Alexis, because I've been listening to her for like 13 years now, ever since I started being in the conscious community when she was doing Vagina Power, and she had her YouTube before they took it down and stuff. So I really listened to her, and before all of this, and so I really listen to her now, since she is talking about how Nipsey came to her, and she's explaining, about when he comes to her, and she says she gets to see him, and he talks to her, and he hears, she can hear his voice, and I don't hear voices, and I don't see anything. Not like blatant. It'll be weird stuff like synchronicity and clues and stuff like that, but it will never be like, I just straight up see somebody sitting there. Like, I just look up and I see Noble Joe Ali standing in front of me. It's never like that. And so I remember just feeling really crazy, and I remember Kid Cudi. Because, I tell everybody he's my twin flame, and I really believe that for whatever reasons. Because I feel really comfortable around him, and he can calm me down, because there's been a lot of crazy stuff go on. And so I've been, listening to music to calm me down and kind of guide me through whatever moods I have. So I listen to Kid Cudi every day, all day if I can. And, of course, I listen to my other husbands as well. But I primarily listen to Kid Cudi. And all his music, it does something different to me. So this particular day, I'll never forget. I was on my way to like 7-Eleven, and I was like all weak and stuff because my arm was messed up. And like I said, I had literally hurt my arm. My arm was swollen up. It was red. It was cracked and all of this stuff. It felt like I had cracked or fractured my arm, and I don't know why. You understand? It was like somebody pressed me down to the point where my arm cracked, on the ground. And so they were babying me and whatever, and then all of a sudden I started hearing music in the sky. And I started hearing singing. And it was me, it was my voice, and it was Scott's voice. And we were singing these different songs. And then I went to the store, and it was different songs on the radio that I've never heard before, and they were amazing songs, but they were so different than any songs I ever heard before. And it was literally songs about he and I. And like, I got multiple names. I've had multiple names through my whole life, but I really do have multiple names. Like, my dad, my first name is Smoke. That's the name my father gave me. And then when I was younger, they called me Tamara. My original name on my birth records or whatever is Ta, or that's the name that my father gave me. My biological father had that name on my paperwork. So I got like hidden names, and I don't know, like I said, if it has to do with my stepfather working for the government or whatever, but I have hidden names. And so they call me Tata, or they call me Mara. Sometimes they call me Ya.
TSA regulations require that baggage must be supervised at all times.
Rose or Rosa.
Any unattended baggage will be subject to confiscation.
I just heard all these songs, and they call him Ramon because that's his middle name. And literally, there's songs, if you listen to different music in different language, that speak these names. And in English too. If you listen to some of the songs, you'll hear these people saying this stuff. You'll even hear Prince saying it. And I never had heard it before. So I was like, I can't hear what you guys hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever's going on, this spiritual energy that's coming to me, I don't understand it because I feel like I'm being punished or something because I can't communicate in the same way everybody else can. I physically have to speak what I'm thinking because I think, you know, I don't know how to say, like, people can read each other's minds, but I think people with these gifts, they can, like, read each other and see where each other's come from and basically know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? And I can't do that, and they can't read my mind. And so, you know, that with the music and all of that stuff, playing with our voices and stuff, that lasted for maybe like a day or two. And then when I started speaking, it was as if his voice was coming out of my mouth. You know, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. That's why I'm talking to people about it. It was like as if his voice was coming out of my mouth. Like we had switched bodies. Like that Freaky Friday shit. Or something like that. I don't know. It was like I was in pain. And he wanted to be in my body in a way that I could not feel the pain. And he was feeling the pain for me. Or helping me bear it. You know what I mean? That's what I felt like. And I just remember Tupac coming to me. And they don't come to me like as a spirit where I can see them. They come to me through other people. Like if somebody is an outlaw or they listen to Tupac and they love Tupac, Tupac can come through them. Like I'll be thinking about Tupac and somebody get on the bus with a Tupac shirt. Literally. Shit like that. And so I just remember them saying that, you know, I'm deaf and I'm blind. And I didn't understand what that meant until I started watching Alexis, and I really listened to what she's saying. And I was like, she's saying what they're wearing. She's describing these spirits when they come to her, what they look like. And I can't see them. You know, she's saying what they sound like, and I can't see them. And they told me, they know I'm deaf and blind. You know, so that's why they left music and pictures of themselves. So a lot of times the celebrities, when they do that, then they're taking all those pictures like Prince. You know, that's what they're doing. That's just the message that I got because they know I can't see them. But I can feel them. So it's like I've been in some kind of training class for the spiritually disabled person. You know what I mean? From smoking while walking throughout the building. Different things and different people that are around me that have the gift. They act as spiritual crutches for me. You know what I mean? Like they can translate what's going on. And I experienced it a lot with foreigners. You know, so that's why I stayed in the Tom Bradley section of the airport. Because they can talk to me too. Spiritually. You know, the ones who are spiritually inclined or whatever you want to call it, they can talk to me. And they can help me to interpret whatever else is like I've been in school. And I just wanted to say that because I realized that It's real. My ass is really deaf and blind in the spiritual world. And everything that this is what they told me. They said that I'm a psychic for real. Not that other people aren't psychic for real, but I'm listening to their spirit because I can't see them. But I didn't know I couldn't see them until I start watching other people talk about, their readings and different ways that they interact with spirits. They can talk to these people. They can see them. I can't see them. So, with that being said, hey, Fernando. Hola. Yeah, it's just tripping me out. I'm really thinking about this because it happened a few months ago. And I just really I don't talk about this kind of stuff because it's fucking crazy. But even though I know it's not crazy, because I know there's people who are mediums and psychics or whatever you want to call it. But, it's like I've been in some kind of school. It's like in order for me to communicate with these people, I have to know them. I have to hear their voice. You see? It's like it's an army. It's like we're all in this army. And I can, I'm like a secret weapon because I'm not going to hear everything that everybody else is hearing. And I'm not going to see what they're seeing. So I can be like a, Helen of Troy or whatever, or like the Trojan horse. Like people can sneak in and nobody will even know what's going on. I won't even know because I don't fucking know what the fuck be going on. It's like they literally baby me. I realize this, and they keep me from being emotional. Because when I'm extra emotional, I can't do whatever they want me to do for them. You know what I mean? Like they want me to do certain things and go certain places. And if I'm pissed off about something mundane, like normal life, then I won't do it. And they'll switch everything up to where I have everything I want. Like for instance, yesterday I went downtown and this girl rolled by me. And she was pretty. It was a pretty sister with locks. She was like, you could tell she was mixed with something. She said, do you need anything? And she pulled out some water. It was some alkaline water. She was like, I got alkaline water. I was like, thank you. And then she was like, are you hungry? I was like, yeah, because I don't eat every day. But I don't be tripping off of it. But, I can eat every day. And she was like, I made some tamales with some chicken. And I have an apple in here and some coconut water. I was like, thank you. So she gave me this. This is downtown because, they're making us leave this airport in the middle of the night between 12 at night and 5 in the morning. So we have to find somewhere to be. And ain't nobody really just trying to sit outside for no 5 hours. They just get on the bus and ride it, one way and back a few times or whatever until, like 4 o'clock rolls around and the other buses start running. So, I like I said, I don't want to get too far off track because I'll be going to the left with my stories. I just want to say that I'm really realizing that I am deaf and blind in the spirit. But I still know shit. That's why they love me. That's what they say. Because I can play charades with them. That's what it's like. For them, it's like playing charades. Like I'm a baby doll for them. Literally, I'm like a doll for them. Because they can move me. They can make me do shit. And they know that other people can make me do shit too. You know what I'm saying? They can probably make a whole lot of people do shit, but they probably be scaring the shit out of people. I don't know. People might be seeing them. I have no idea how it works. But I know they know that whatever happened when my spiritual awakening or ascension or opening started happening, which just started to happen after I went through this sinus infection dealing with the COVID-19. That's why I said I think everybody's getting ready to go through a spiritual ascension, and everybody goes through the same kind of, thing where they get sick and they feel like they're about to die. Because Alexis was talking about she was sick. for 3 years. And that was about the same time I was sick. I was sick for about 3 years with this sinus infection and the coughing and all of his stuff. He started with that little baby that came over, and he was sick. And then after that, I started having these spiritual experiences, and I was like, I must be going fucking crazy. Then I realized I'm really not going crazy. I'm really having spiritual interactions with entities and people who lived. And the only people that I can trust that it's them is people that I can see what they've left. You see? So the more famous you are, the more people can verify your spirit later on that it's you. You see, like Jesus, you could feel him. You know what he feel like. Well, at least I do. Because you could call on his name and you know what he feel like. And you know what other people say he feel like. You know what? You just know Jesus because he make you act a certain way. And you could tell old people that got Jesus in them real tough because they all act a certain way. And I ain't talking about I'm talking about like down southern pilks that got Jesus in them. They all act a certain way. Excuse me, I'm coughing. I don't have no coronavirus. My throat is just dry because I haven't been drinking like I'm supposed to. As you could tell, my voice sounds dry. But, yeah, with these different people that happen to be celebrities that have been jumping in my body, the ones that are alive and the ones that are dead, but specifically the ones that are alive because, you know, I know the people who are dead, they're dead, and I know, you know, they can't really do anything to me. You feel me? If anything, they'll be happy for me to be able to speak for them, which is crazy, because the shit is crazy. Jesus, talking to dead people is creepy. It's not really creepy to me, but I know it's a creepy subject for people to talk about. That's why I don't talk about it, because folks like to say you're crazy and shit. And now that some people are starting to come out and say that they've had the same experiences, it's making me a little more comfortable talking about it. It's just the way that I explain it. Because I say that it's jumping your body, because that's what it feels like. It feels like somebody jumping in your damn body. And they're making you do shit. And it was like they were testing me. Like, they would have me do stuff. And then they would have something or somebody come to me and say, don't do it. And they would see if I would do it or don't do it. They were testing to see if I was listening to different people or listening to just them, you know, and making it to where that I know them. So that pretty much probably when everybody else starts waking up, that I'll be able to know who to trust. Because I can't see and I can't hear. And that's what they kept on saying. They also told me that I'm 1,200 million years old. They said it just like that. I'm 1,200 million years old. And my name is Smoke. That's my galactic name. And I'm ancient. And they know me. That's everybody wants to smoke. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to smoke, baby. And my dad came to me and he told me that he passed on whatever his title was. He passed it on to me, my biological father. That's what he told me, but nobody's really telling me who he was or what's up with him. But I know he was special because the military destroyed his fucking military records.
Smoking
and
is
he
permitted
has
in
not been dead that
designated
long
areas
for them
only.
to destroy his
Please
records.
refrain from smoking while walking throughout the building.
I just wanted to say that I realized that my ass is deaf and blind in the spirit world, and the only way that they can tell what I'm thinking, they can't read my mind. They can read other people's mind. I know that, because that's how people know shit. That's how psychic shit work. It's not so much that your ass is psychic. It's that some spirit then went into somebody else's brain and read their brain and got the information that you need, and they bringing it back to you. That's what really being a psychic and shit is about. That's why people be calling on different ancestors, different deities, different orishas and stuff. And Shango. Shango is my grandpa. And Oya. Shango and Oya came to me. They came to me, they jumped in my body, and they had sex in my body.
TSA regulations require that baggage must be supervised at all times. Any unattended baggage will be subject to confiscation.
Spirits can have sex in
Any
your body.
unattended baggage should be reported immediately
if you
to an
can
airline
have more than one
representative
spirit in
or
your
law
body at one
enforcement
time,
officer.
they can experience and relive stuff through your body, through you. It's very interesting. That's all I can say. But Shango is my grandpa. And but I don't see them, you know, but I can allow them to basically mount me, which is what they call it. I can allow them, you know, if I trust them or whatever, or if I'm comfortable or however. I don't really think it matters. If your ass is from that bloodline, you're gonna have to do your duty, and they go jump in your ass. They're gonna make you say what the fuck they want you to say. You know what I'm saying? This is how it works. This is how empires and stuff works, and kings and queens and stuff. They're inheriting the ability to take spirits on, the spirits of the ancestor. So unless you're able to take that ancestor spirit on and do what they tell you to do with their assets that they've left you, they don't want you to be their heir. And that's what this shit is about. And I'm going to tell you, like, when I first started doing my estate and I learned about estates, I went through and I claimed all my ancestors' estates in the IRS, and I became the executor for their estate because it was their dead for so long. It doesn't have to go through probate. And I told you guys I'm related to the presidents. I'm related to Abraham Lincoln through his mother. I'm related to George Washington through his mother, and both of their mothers are Native American, or they're half, or they have Native American Indian in them. I'm related to Teddy Roosevelt, George Bush. I'm related to motherfucking Obama. I'm related to Michelle Obama. I'm related to Michelle Obama on her so-called native side, black side, and I'm related to Obama on his white side. And one of our cousins then came up in this airport and saw me, and he came over to me. He said I was in this airport in 2002, and I told him that I own this airport. I was like, bro, I don't remember ever seeing you. I did come down to LA or Riverside. I went to Riverside maybe in 2002. I came down here, but I don't remember seeing nobody in no damn airport say no shit like that. You know, them fuckers had me thinking I'm under mind control, MK Ultra or some shit. I'm like, I don't remember this happening. And so I told him, you know, as he's having this conversation with me, he was like, yeah, Obama is my cousin. We had a picnic or barbecue or some shit for the family. And they all decided whether or not they were going to let Obama be president. His white side picks his ass to be president. That's what that man told me. This is a real life. This ain't no spirit shit. This is a real live dude walked up to me. And I said, well, I'm Obama's cousin too, so it might be your cousin too. And he was like, mm-hmm. And then I seen him again up in the airport like maybe a month later. And he was like, it shouldn't be hard. It's all about paperwork because this airport is held in trust. It's owned by the city of Los Angeles. And, you know, I'm related to Tom Bradley. And Tom Bradley was the mayor here. Before he was the mayor, he was the lieutenant for the LAPD. He was actually the lieutenant during the LAPD riots. And he got a lot of flack for that. But at the same time, my stepdad, Joseph Gordon, was down here working too. So they all knew each other because they was all men in law enforcement. And trust me, black men in law enforcement, they all know each other for sure. And I know this because of my dad, the ones who are high up. And then I got an uncle on my father's side through in-law that was chief of police in St. Louis. So I set out to say this, that this is a spiritual thing, the coronavirus. Because when you come through the other side of it, you're going to end up with some abilities that you never had. You know, I don't know if it's because you get to praying and shit because your ass is getting ready to die. You think you are. Your God decide whether you gonna make it or you not. But I thought I'd say that because I feel a little emotional about it. I'm a little self-conscious about it, dealing with the spiritual world and the different people that are in the spiritual world. I feel bad I can't see and I can't hear. I don't hear no voices, but I can't hear them. If you know what I mean, like they'll tell me something and I'll sense it. Like, I can look at them. You know how when you look at somebody, you know they're saying, girl, I ain't the one. Or, oh, yeah, girl, I agree with that. Or I'm hungry. Or, what the fuck? Won't they shut the fuck up? You could tell by looking at somebody what they thinking. It's like that in the spiritual world. Like, whatever they're feeling or whatever energy they're sending me, I can kind of guess what they're saying or thinking. And they'll verify it by literally making somebody walk by me and say, yep, that's right. These strange motherfucker, I ain't even talking to them. And they ain't even talking to nobody. All of a sudden, they'll be like, yeah, that's right. It's like, okay, that's spirit. Or that's somebody that jumped in the motherfucker and made them use their mouth to answer me because they realized that I can't hear. And I think at first they were fighting me. I think at first they was fucking with me because they call it the War of the Roses. The chosen ones, you know how Tupac be saying, rose girl from a concrete? That's what it is. It's like we're the roses, the ones who are chosen of the different bloodlines to be able to accept spirits. And they compete with each other in different ways. You know, and they help each other. They realize, I think now they're realizing that we're all related. And they help each other. That's why Jay-Z made that album 444. And that's why, you know, certain people like Lizzo and stuff, that's spiritual. These people are related. We're all related to each other. That's why they want to make sure her ass becomes famous so that when it's time to come back, that we'll remember her because she is speaking for somebody in her family that has already went through the ritual or whatever. Like Noble Joali. There's a lot that I haven't had to do because Noble Joali speaks for me, you know. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's the best way I can describe it. Certain people or certain energies. I'm going to give you an example. When this stuff started, I told you guys that I was in Portland and this little boy, 17-year-old boy in the Russian mafia, helped me to get out of LA and brought me down to, helped me to get out of Seattle and brought me down to LA. No, I helped me get out of Portland because I had made it to Portland. And he was in the Russian mafia. And he gave me this. I'm going to show you what he gave me. Well, of course, I told you he gave me this. And he said I was going to need it. And he also gave me this. I don't know what it is, but everybody that I've come across, they look at it. So sometimes when I'm going through my tests, they'll help me do it like this. Like, it'll be people from different nationalities. They must know this dragon. You feel me? They must know it. Because they'll have me pull it out, and they'll have me set it up like this. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me flip it because I can't tell if you guys can see. They'll have me set it up like this.
Smoking is permitted in designated areas only.
Like
Please refrain from smoking while walking throughout the building.
And then they'll have me put a lighter next to it. You feel me? It's like they be testing me. It's so cool. Oh, I love being in the international section. That's why I say the UN came up to LA like 4 months ago. The president of China jumped in my body and we kicked it. The president of Korea jumped in my body and we kicked it. Putin jumped in my body. He's still in my body. Because when that shit happened, when I basically felt like I broke my arm or whatever the fuck happened to me, Putin came because I was literally delirious. Like I said, I passed out 9 times. I literally fell out on the ground in LA. Fell out, passed out. You know, I can't believe it happened, and nobody even helped me get up or nothing. Nobody even stopped. It was like in a nice little neighborhood of LA, somewhere like back behind Highland and Hollywood. Like if you're going down Highland, like I walked down that street and I got on a bus. Matter of fact, it might be over there. I might take my ass back over there because I want to see. But it was an experience. That's all I can say. All I can say is that whole time was an experience, and they babied me, and that's why I say they're my husbands. You feel me? Like they have, I can feel their presence, I can feel them protecting me, and they all do different shit. Like Tupac. Tupac is my first husband. That's how I feel. Tupac is my first husband. And he feel like he want to be in control, cause he's like a general, and he want to be the lieutenant. I'm serious. Cause we in the army, we in the spiritual army, we in the intergalactic army. You feel me? And while I was out there, so they told me my name was Smoke, and I'm 1,200 million years old. You know, and this is spirits, the aliens. And I ain't gonna tell you, it was kind of like dramatic what happened that night. The police tried to fuck me up. The police get real demonic and devilish and want to do shit to you. And I was just like, I can't believe this shit has happened. Like it was a nightmare. And they said it was somebody up on a spaceship, somebody named Fuji, Farsi, some shit like that. And they was controlling people from up inside of a spaceship. This is real life, y'all. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you this story because I feel like I need to get it out, because I don't know what the fuck is getting ready to happen tonight, and I want to get this story out. And so they said that there was a spirit up on some spaceship, and Inanna is the spaceship, right? Inanna is the commander of the spaceship. And so I heard Inanna got mad at me. This is what went on this during this time of me getting hurt. I heard Inanna got mad because she said she's the one running shit, right? And who the fuck is this person named Smoke answering to Inanna? And I was like, and this is my spirit responding to her spirit. Told her, bitch, I'm your motherfucking mama. That's who the fuck I am. You know who I am. I'm Smoke. And then I can make my voice do some weird shit. Like I can make my voice do some shit that sound like some other shit from another fucking damn realm, you know. Not that I'm trying to, but when I get mad, I can fucking get loud, and my fucking voice will change. As you see, it be changing throughout these videos depending on how I'm feeling. Like in my throat or whatever. Like if I've had enough water, you can hear the shit sound a little gangsta. You feel me? Like I can do some shit to make my voice sound hella weird, hella loud, hella deep, hella bass, hella everything. You know what I'm saying? I can switch my shit up depending on how I want. And ever since like this little coronavirus shit came out my throat, I've been able to do different shit with my voice. So bottom line is, my ass is fucking old, and Nana apologized to me. I told her it was somebody up on her fucking ship that was possessing people down here in LA. They had somebody had did some rituals, or they wanted something. They wanted fame. They wanted whatever the fuck the motherfuckers know how to do. They wanted them to do it to get them something, and that person started taking over them. And it was somebody that was in a spaceship, and they described him to me. You know, they described the shirt, the t-shirt he was wearing. I can't remember because that was a couple months ago, but they described what kind of tennis shoes they was wearing, everything, how many legs the motherfucker had. The motherfucker had like 3 legs, shit like that. They described the motherfucker, and they found the fucker on the ship. There's some spaceships up there. It's some spaceships up there. Right now, it's some spaceships up. And they wanted the motherfuckers that's supposed to go with them to get on that motherfucker fly away because they tired of this shit. They said this motherfucker place down here is an eating ground. It's a way station on their way. They got to eat people. They gotta eat people in order to go to the next motherfucking galaxy. That's all they said. They gotta come down here and eat motherfuckers up. And the motherfuckers down here, they forgot their asses food. And they had to remember that the Mayans was sacrificing motherfuckers. That means they knew they had to sacrifice a certain amount of people of their society to their ancestors or the aliens or whatever they show you in that movie Stargate and all that shit. That's what that shit is about. They gotta sacrifice somebody, goddamn ass. Everybody gotta sacrifice somebody. But because the society is so stupid, they don't know who the fuck to eat. Because you can't eat everybody ass. It's like some people are dumb, so they're cattle. And some people are intelligent, and they're part of the upper class, which is the ruling class, which is the people who make laws and, you know, all of this shit. There's certain families that basically run this planet, you know. This is what the aliens told me. I'm serious. This is what the aliens told me. They told me they motherfucker ass come down here to eat. Everybody in this motherfucker food. The older you are, the more chances you have of not being ate the fuck up because you have more value to them because you can uphold the customs that make it to where they can keep on coming back and forth. But they said so much shit has happened here and so many people and so many spirits have been terrorized here that they just wanted to destroy the whole planet and that this ain't our real bodies. So when we leave here, our breath, our spirit, our sound, our what comes out of our voice, what comes out of our mouth, how we think, that is who we are. And all of that can be taken somewhere else and put into another body. And it's a spaceship up there waiting to take our asses out of here, but we gotta leave these motherfucking bodies to get out of here. And don't nobody wanna die, everybody's scared to die. So, since everybody's scared to die, they just wanna come down here and make it their personal eating ground and just eat motherfuckers up. So they're switching everything around right now to make it to where when they wanna come down here and eat, they can eat when they get ready to. Because we're not from here. We're from, well, I don't know about everybody, but I'm from Andromeda. That was where I was originally. Or the last place that I was. Let me put it like that. Because they say I'm 1,200 million years old. So that's like 13 trillion or some shit. I don't really know. I'm old as fuck. My spirit, my essence, you know, it's smoke. And I'm old. So that energy goes through people, you know what I'm saying? Through generations, different people can inherit what they call the smoke. They can inherit the essence of something old, and that means that essence can inhabit that body. You see what I'm saying? So once you get to a certain level, that's why they call it a second death. That's why they say you have to die a death, because you're going to have to throw away the old you and be prepared to get fucking possessed by your damn ancestors, because your ass ain't you not yours. That's why they say people give their life to Jesus and shit. That's what they talking about. If Jesus about to take over your body and do what he want with your ass. If you run across somebody that's one of his followers, he going to make your ass do some shit whether you want to or not. If you really called on him and you said you got baptized and all of that, you going to do what Jesus would do. Because you're a follower of his. Well, that's the same as it is with, sorry, I'm going to smoke my little tobacco because I like tobacco. That's the same as it is with any spirit. And that goes for your ancestors. If they ask you to do something, you better do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going to give your ass a hard time. We talk about your ass is cursed and shit, and it really ain't that you curse. It's that you just not doing what your ancestors said because you got some monkey motherfucker in your ear telling you to go to work or whatever. So now everybody sat down, so everybody going to get the message from the ancestor and figure out what they supposed to be doing for their bloodline to inherit whatever their ancestor wants them to inherit for them. But in order to do that, you have to die a death. So that's why they're always saying that they want to die, you know, like in songs and shit, or just people. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about dying a spiritual death of your old self and becoming a new person that could be possessed and shit. And I think what did happen is that these people, sorry y'all, hold on. smoke my tobacco out of a pipe. I think these people is telling everybody that their asses then got possessed by somebody and they don't even know that it's probably their family members. Or maybe it is somebody that learned how to do this shit and it's making them do something they ain't supposed to be doing. I don't really know. But I thought I would say that. That's pretty much all I have to say about that topic. I don't want to get too deep up in it. Please. But yeah, I'm spiritually handicapped. And it's okay because I got people helping me. I got spirits helping me to understand what's going on and to verify that what I see is real, you know. And that's what I want to say about the celebrities. I've been talking a lot of shit about their ass and cussing them out and whatever, but I know that a lot of them just became famous because they want me to be able to see them. They want to tell me some shit because I done came to them because I figured it out. When I'm in their body, they're in my body. So when somebody alive jumps in my body, I'm in their body. Like a part of my spirit is in their body. See, I don't know if everybody can do that. I think everybody can pretty much have somebody jump in their body, but I don't think they can have multiple people in their body at once or something like that. And I know dead people, they don't need nobody. So when a dead person jump in your body, you ain't in their body. Like you don't, you know, you might go to like where they were, like if they was in the spirit world, like my brother, he took me to the underworld. I had a dream about it. That's how I know he took me down there, because I had a dream that I went down these steps and there was all these candles at the steps, and when I got down to the bottom of the steps, it was in some basement of some house, and Nelson was down there. And it wasn't like he was like in hell or anything. He was just in the underworld. And that was in the dream, so I know that's where he took me. So I know they could take you places or whatever, but I know the dead people, they can't really do what it is like with the live people. So basically, they can jump in my body and they can see what I'm going through. You know, they can see whether I'm in pain, they can see whether I need something, and they'll send somebody to me to bring it to me. Like that lady rolled through last night and brought me that food. And I had just got through singing for Selena. I was right here. Right here in the smoking area. On Boutique Air. Terminal 6, right between Terminal 7. This is where I be at, smoking. I was over here yesterday. I started singing Selena. She jumped in my body and had me up dancing. I got hot. I had to take off all my shit because I got a red sweatshirt on, a red shirt up under there. You see? That's for a leg butt. Nipsey wanted me to be wearing that when I went to go see him last night. He wanted me to put my red on because he just wanted me to wear that. Whatever he wanted me to do, like I said, they be wanting me to do stuff, and I don't be knowing if I'm doing the right thing because I can't hear them, and I have to verify that I'm doing the right thing. And sometimes they'll tell me, like, you were supposed to do this and you didn't do it, or whoop, something like that. And then they'll help me to do it the second time. Like if I, was too tired or whatever, because the shit is tiring. When somebody jump in your fucking body, that shit is tiring. That shit ain't no joke. Like, that shit takes a lot out of your ass. But I can do it. I fucks with it. And I think that's another reason why they likes me, because I can let a motherfucker jump in my body, and then I can let another fucker jump in my body. I can let multiple people jump in my body at once, and they can take turns and basically being a controller on my ass. They can control me. And I have to allow them to control me. And that's what I'm doing. So, I'm the mama. I'm the mama. But as far as with those guys, I'm the wife. They're my husband. And they help me. And Genuine is my husband. Elgin Lumpkin, he's my husband. He's been my husband for a long time. And I saw his ass a couple years ago. I went and saw him when he came to Seattle. He had an intimate night. It was on February 2014. It was on Valentine's Day. And I actually saw him. It was a small event in Kennewick, Washington. And I went and seen Genuine. And I felt like whatever he did, it was helping my face. I feel like he helped to heal me a little bit. But he was looking at me crazy as fuck because I had my turban on. And his people were on stage and they were filming me. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why are these people filming me? They were actually filming my ass. This is Genuine's people. So I know Genuine ass. He know me. Because he seen my ass at damn concert. And the last time I seen him in concert, he threw me his shirt. And I told everybody that in one of my lives I did last year. Genuine Joe threw me his shirt and I kept a piece of that motherfucker for years. It was in my storage and everything. I kept that shit for like 10 years. It smelled so good. It was like a piece of his wife beater he threw to me at a concert. And all these females ripped it apart, so I just had one little piece of it. But Genuine is my husband. Tupac is my husband. Nipsey Hussle is my husband. And Kid Cudi is my husband. And they know it. And they're just waiting for me to finish my little test and for everybody in the world to go through this trial and tribulation. I don't know if they're going to have to go through it all for this shit to all, pan out. But those are my husbands spiritually. And they'll probably be my husbands physically. You feel me? Because they want this DNA, baby. They need it. They need it for the bloodline to continue. Because if not, their asses ain't going to make it on this damn planet. You understand? They want the DNA. And of course, Nasir Jones. So Nas is my husband. And Nas is alive. And Nas he's a pharaoh. So is Genuine. So is Nipsey. So is Tupac. And even Eminem, I don't know what the fuck he came from, but his ass, he an alien. Eminem is a Martian. He's out this world. He's extra, terrestrial. I love his album. But yeah, them motherfuckers, we're not from here. A lot of people is not from here. Their souls are old. We're just on this planet. And I want to say this last little part that I don't ever talk about as far as dealing with spiritual stuff. The babies. A bunch of babies came up in this airport to visit me. Maybe like 6 months ago. And they basically told me that Jesus is coming back. Or Jesus wants to come and Jesus wants a body. And they want Jesus to come because they love Jesus and they're older than Jesus. Or they're older than the name Jesus, because Jesus is an entity that come back under different names. So they know the soul, because the soul could come back as a woman or a man. You see what I'm saying? They remember the soul of a person. They remember it, and they love that soul. So all the souls that are in a soul group, like Flight Boss say, all those souls that are in a certain soul group, they start looking for each other when we all start to wake up, because when it's time to leave, we want to leave together. And the only way for us to do that, if we don't know each other, because we've been doing bullshit working and not getting to know each other so we can remember each other, so when we come back and reincarnate, we can remember our souls. We haven't done that. So some of them had to become famous. And while they became famous, they got tortured. Because they had to go through all these fucked up rituals to become famous, but they knew if they didn't become famous, then we wouldn't know each other. So a lot of them has been doing rituals to interact with the rituals that we did back in ancient times, so that we could remember each other, so that our families could remember each other, because we're from the royal bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And our families always were with each other. So a lot of these singers and entertainers, they come from families of like griots and storytellers and witches and warlocks and shit like that. That's really what the hell they are. Seers and things like that, spiritual people. And that's why song and music is really what they use to do spells and to, bind people and bind energies and create energies and all of this stuff. So these people like Michael Jackson, Selena, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey has came to me too. I love Mariah Carey. I love Cardi B because Cardi B know how to do that shit real fucking good. I fucks with Cardi B real hard. Nicki Minaj, I fuck with her too. I love Nicki Minaj. She's a sweetie. And Drake. Drake is one of my husbands too. Yeah, and Chris Brown, I love Chris Brown. They all can do it. And Tank is my husband. Yeah. But Tupac is my first husband. Kid Cudi is my favorite husband because he's my twin, and I just feel most comfortable with him, and I know he's gonna do what I want. Because once they jump in your body, they'll make you forget shit. Like, people will make your ass forget your keys, forget this, forget that, because they don't really know you. So when they're in your body driving you, they be doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? They don't be knowing your ass, so they do some shit, and you be like, man, I haven't been myself. I forgot to, floss my teeth. I usually floss my teeth every day, but today I didn't do it. It was some reason why. It's because somebody else was driving your ass, and they don't give a fuck about your habits. Now they realize that your habits is really going to be what, makes you happy. For me, like, I'm the most happiest when I'm clean. I'm the most happiest when I do my little rituals of hygiene and stuff like that. And when I put my stuff in a place where I know it's going to be at, like my personal items, I put them in a certain place. So the babies, they can't really do this because they're old souls, but they don't know nothing about how we interact in this dimension. I shouldn't say this dimension, this time and space, how our culture is and stuff like that around the world, because everything's fucked up with the semantics. Don't nobody know none. You got a lot of adults talking shit they don't know. You got people just doing wicked shit, and they don't even have any real knowledge of why they're doing it. So it's hard for the ancestors to be able to grasp what the fuck is going on, who is right and who is wrong. And so they had to be able to jump into people to figure out, like, what the fuck. And they had to hear somebody. So the babies told me that they came up to the airport because they wanted to look at me. Because they said when they could look at me directly or just look at me, that they could jump in my body. And if they jump in my body, they could jump out my body and jump in other people. So they've been doing shit to people. These little kids, the babies, these infants and shit, and some of the babies even still be in their mama's stomach, and they be making their mamas do shit, and mama's scared. The parents are very terrified of their children right now because these children are making them do shit. They're making them get up and go get them food and shit out the fucking refrigerator in the middle of the night, shit that the parent know they wouldn't do. And the kid is making them physically do it. And by the time you done it and they come back, you come back and give it to the child, and their fuckers are smiling at you like, yeah, bitch, I made you do that shit. Because these babies are the ancestors coming back. I don't know if it's just their time to come back and now's the time, but they know there's a lot of wicked shit on the earth, and they don't want Jesus to come back because they know if Jesus come back like this, that they're going to kill him, her, whatever, like they always do. They're going to run him off, so he's not going to want to be here. So they want to get rid of the fucked up people off the planet. And this was months ago that the babies told me this. And they said, well, if the government don't want to help, and all these government officials that's, knows about this because they're spiritually awake and they can basically talk to each other. But if they don't speak the same language, or let me say it like this, if they don't have an ancestor in their DNA that speaks the language of that person of another country, they can't do the psychic shit with them. You feel me? It doesn't work. You have to have the DNA. That's why my ass is so valuable, because I have 19 different nationalities, probably more than that. And I'm old as fuck. So I can, these different people that's been coming through the international side of the airport, they can talk to me. You feel me? Like their spirits can talk to me, like their ancestors can speak to my ancestors, and then they can translate it down as to what we really mean. And it's a way to transport messages. You feel me? It's a spiritual way how to communicate. And nobody can fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? So the babies basically told me they brought their ass, they forced their parents to bring them up here so they could come look at my face. And they was making me look at their ass. I was turning around everywhere I would look. It was a fucking kid looking at me in my face. And they would let me know, yeah, mommy, we see you. You're our spiritual mommy. That's what they call me. I'm the mama. And they said Jesus want to come back, and Jesus wants you to be his mama. He want a body. He want a fresh body. He want to be a baby like they babies, because they new babies, but they old souls. He want to be a new baby and an old soul. And then he can't do it if they fucked up, so he's not going to physically allow his soul to seed into an egg unless he know it's going to be good down here. So these babies said, fuck it, we go kill everybody off because they've been fucking with us, they've been molesting us, they mean to us, they evil, we can read these adults' minds, they fucked up. But they fucked up and they act like they're fucked up and they're right about it. You know, they act like the shit that they do is right. And until somebody else breaks it down to them or has a mind capacity to really be real about, you know, like these fucking adults are fucked up. Fuck what they saying. Fuck trying to keep society running. They could have been and stopped this. How everything's shut down now, they could have been and did it on their own. There ain't no fucking virus to tell them that this shit is fucked up and you got people living in squalor and you got other people got millions of dollars and they're not helping anybody. That means the people with money don't deserve it. They're not supposed to have it. They didn't get it from God. They got it from doing nefarious things. And they killed my husbands. I don't like that shit. They're killing all the fucking leaders and leaving us here with fucking weirdos that are easily to be tampered with. And that's another reason why I want to say a lot of people are talking about they want to be transgender. That's what's going on. Whatever spirit that jumped in their body is the opposite sex that they are. You see, these people are getting possessed. And the people possessing them, or spirits possessing them, was last a male or a female. They can't adapt to the androgynous part of everything, which allows you to be neutral, no sex. And then you just have to go with the sex that you were born into, to go with the rules of society so everything won't get fucked up, because we've been coming here so long doing this, reincarnating. And you know, the other thing is, like, when you have a husband and you marry your husband, you think about it, if you reincarnate, you can't marry your husband again for like maybe 5 or 6 generations. So you have all these ancient loves like Nefertiti. You have ancient love affairs and stories, you know, Solomon and Sheba. You got these stories of people that they, you know, had children, but they weren't able to reincarnate through those children because you have to have the right combination of DNA for that person to reincarnate and have the same kind of characteristics that they did when they last lived. You know what I mean? They want to be able to kind of be like they were, because if they jump into anybody's body, they might just do whatever the fuck. And they already know that because people have been calling their spirits down. And they've been figuring out these people are fucked up. And they don't want to just jump in anybody's body. So they wait until they deal with the chosen ones, who are supposed to be the peers of the bloodlines. That they could be trusted with, you know, somebody else's wealth, somebody else's secrets, somebody else's, not so much secrets, but they're the things that they have acquired, you know what I mean? And somebody that can speak for them on their behalf and not be scared to speak for them, because it's very weird being able to talk to dead people and stuff. It's some weird shit, you know, and you really don't want to say nothing. That's why I haven't said nothing. But I realize I'm not just talking to dead people, I'm talking to all kind of different people. And these babies definitely came up to me. It was a little baby that was at the bus stop in Long Beach, and he was doing all these little masonry symbols, but he was dancing when he was doing it. Everything he was doing was a dance, and he had me getting up dancing. He was controlling me, and he was like, yeah, I know how to do it. That's what the little baby said. He was like 3 years old. He was an Asian baby. He was like, I know how to do it, mommy. I've been here before. He was one of the disciples. Or I think his ass was Jesus. He knew Jesus. And he was like, yeah, a lot of us, them know how to do it. They know how to control people's bodies and shit. That's why they was healing people. That they could jump in somebody's body and tell you what's wrong with that person's body based on what they feel. When they jump out the motherfucker, they're going to tell you what they feel. Because that's how it works. You could jump in people's body and people could jump in your body. And I guess I know how to jump in people's body, and I've been doing it for a long time. I've probably been doing it ever since my dad died. And so a lot of people know me because I've been telling them my name when I jump in their body. You see what I'm saying? I jumped in their body and I told them who I was. And so they've been waiting on my ass to wake up, and they knew everybody was going to wake up, but they knew my motherfucking ass. I don't think they knew I was blind and deaf. I don't think they knew until like maybe 6 months ago, because they were shocked. Because I couldn't hear them and they were talking to me. That's why I love Nipsey so much, because I can feel Nipsey. How can I describe Nipsey? Nipsey is very powerful. He makes you feel very secure. He makes you feel like he know what he's doing, and he makes you feel like he's not gonna let nothing happen to your ass, so you can let him take over your body and do what he want. You know what I mean? Because and with dead people, they don't really have no ulterior motive, so it's easier for them. But when it's somebody alive, you don't know, they might try to walk you somewhere so somebody can videotape you, make fun of your ass or some shit. So I just wanted to say that, as far as my spiritual encounters and how it works for me, I can't see anything and I can't hear anything, and it's pissing me off. But I have to be thankful, because I do hear psychically in the spirit realm, and they like it. They like the fact that I can hear them psychically. You know what I'm saying? And I think they can hear me psychically too. So they like the fact that we're talking and communicating. They just wanted to verify something, so they had to test my ass. They had to test me to see if I knew. And I know the military has something to do with this shit, because I know it's a special forces in the military, a special division of the military dealing with psychic and alien motherfuckers. And our asses have been implanted into this society to seem like normal people. Like Tupac ass is an alien. Look at his ass. Look at some of his videos. It's a fucking alien. We're not from here. We've been doing this for centuries, like he said. We've been doing this shit for centuries. And some of us just take a minute to wake up. And they've been waiting. So I'm here. I'm awoke. It's Tata smoke. Tata battle. You feel me? Mirror. Tata. So I just want to let you guys know that's how I feel about it. That's why I do what Nipsey tell me to do. That's why I'm always talking about Nipsey. That's why I'm always talking about Kid Cudi, because they make me feel good, and I'm in love with their asses. Like, I'm in love with them because they left me music. They left me music. They're talking to me. They're talking to everybody too, but they're really talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And they're actually saying my name. If you listen to the music, they're saying my different names in their songs, especially Tupac. Tupac told me just be good. They know I'm his wife, and they're gonna take care of me, so I don't need to trip. Because Tupac really was the first one to jump in my body on his anniversary of his death. And he had me singing, time goes by, puffing on lie, hoping it'll get me high. Got a nigga going crazy. I'm feeling crazy. Time goes by, puffing on lie, hoping it'll get me high. Got a nigga going crazy. I'm feeling crazy. But anyway, yeah, he jumped in my body. And I still didn't, I don't think he's dead, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought Tupac was dead. I didn't buy into the shit. I knew that they would be letting him, be seen or stuff no more, but I never bought into the fact that he was dead ever. So, I think they're alive. Truth be told, I think Nipsey's alive too. That's just how I feel. I feel like they're alive. I feel like they faked their death. I feel like Nipsey faked his death because he knew they was going to try to kill him. Because he can read minds. He's powerful. Because he was doing it. I watched his videos. I watched him interact with people. He was jumping in people's body right there in their fucking face. Hello. And there's certain other people who can do it too. Like the ministers, they can do shit to people. That's why they be waving at minister, wave his coat, and everybody fall out. That's what that shit is. They jumping into people's body and doing shit. They making the fuckers jump, fall out. That, you know, people are allowing and trusting this person into the spirit so the person can do shit to them. So, I just wanted to say that. I wanted to have it on record because I think they're getting ready to do some weird shit tonight. I'm going to upload the video that I took last night of those cameras over there in Crenshaw and Slauson. Some new cameras they put out over there that are huge. Something's up with that. And they just put them out like within 2 days because I go down there pretty regularly. And I ain't seen them damn cameras down there. I'm tired because it got me leaving this airport in the middle of the night, so I'm not able to get sleep. And my phone won't charge. I already know when they fucking with my phone. Because it won't charge. It'll be on the charger and no charge to get on the motherfucker. I can turn it off and put it on the charger and it still ain't charged. My phone right now has 15%. And it started with 50. And I haven't done nothing but be on my live. So they're doing something with my charger. You know, they have a way that they can zap energy from your phone. That's why I took that messenger off my phone, because they can have shit playing in the background and kill all your energy. And right now, they done made it to where we can't come to the airport. And that man told me they're going to close the airport. So I'm really going to be on the streets. And I don't know how I feel about that, because I know it's going to be a lot of other fuckers on the streets that ain't really been out there before either. You know, the police be out there, so I'm not too worried about it. But at the same time, I don't know what the fuck is happening. Because Trump just put on the news earlier that they feel like Mexico is trying to, and you know, I said I think them niggas is in Mexico. Now all of a sudden the United States feel like they got to do a war on drugs because the Mexican cartel is supposed to be trying to come up here and take over. And I'm like, why the hell? Just because everybody home? You know what I'm saying? Why would that matter? Why would they feel like that's a way for them to get up here easier? People be working. If anything, it'll be harder because everybody gonna be looking outside, seeing what the fuck is going on. And who they gonna sell it to? Because they can't roll up on motherfucking house to sell it. So that shit don't even make no sense. They fucking with Mexico because they know that's where them niggas is at. That's where my motherfucking husband's at. They gonna come get my motherfucking ass up out of here. I wanna be safe. Let me get the fuck off this live. Okay, y'all, I thought I would say that. Peace, love, and hair grease. Well wishes to you. Call on Jesus' name, because at the end of the day, that's your saving grace. Other than that, you're going to be judged on Judgment Day, and it's going to be some shit. Yeah, it's going to be shocking. It's shocking right now that people are dying, but it's really going to be shocking when they really figure out what the fuck is going on and they realize it's Jesus' ass getting fuckers out the way. Anybody who think crazy about his ass got to go, because he's coming back on here. And he is the king. He's been promised the earth. Lucifer been running this earth this whole time. And I love Lucifer, because Lucifer is the most favorite angel of God, and I know why, because he's beautiful. I ain't feeling no bad vibes from Lucifer. Now, Satan, that motherfucker, I don't fuck with him. But Lucifer, I love Lucifer a lot. Like, Lucifer is like one of my favorite. Like if everybody else wasn't in the picture, that's who I would fucking be married to, is Lucifer. That's how beautiful Lucifer is. And Lucifer runs this world. And Lucifer also runs the music industry. So I thought I'd say that. I want that to be out there, because the children also told me that they can hear me in their dreams. They can see me in their dreams when I get on the live. So don't forget, the spirit world needs a way to communicate with you, and the ancestors have created Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi was created by a black man. Okay, so Wi-Fi is a way for the ancestors to communicate with you. So if you see your phone or something doing some strange stuff, just know it was the ancestors doing it, and not to get too spooked out about it, because I realize a lot of the stuff that's going on, the government doesn't even have a way to do it. You know, it's not even possible. understand this is all spiritual. It's all alien activity. It's all intergalactic. And at the end of the day, it's going to be all about love, and we're going to love each other. And yeah, I got 7 husbands. I have 6 husbands, but I really got 7. I just don't know what my 7th husband is. But I name you my husbands already. They're my husbands because they've been taking care of me. You know, God sent them to be my angels, and they are magnificent, and I love them. And when I go somewhere to the next realm, I'm going to remember them. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to remember me. And when you put stuff on the internet, it's remembered. It's in the spirit world because people can still see it. It's like a video that's there. Even if nobody watches it, it's like in the spirit world, people can still see it. So it's best that people do their videos if they want to be able to leave something, especially with this coronavirus. You don't know if your ass might leave the earth. You don't know if your ass might be right to stay here at this point in time. So you might as well leave some videos so people can remember your spirit or remember your energy and just be as real as possible so you can capture your essence. Love, peace, and light. Yes. I'm in here talking about my spiritual disability, but I'm getting ready to get off here because I don't want to be too long. But I wanted to make this video just for documentary purposes. I've been telling people, we said, what's up, Empress? Like I said, I'm just making this video talk about my spiritual disabilities, how I'm deaf and blind in the spirit world, but I still am able to communicate with spirits. And I've been realizing this, and I've been realizing that's why I've been under this training, because they wanted to know exactly what I can see and what I cannot see, and kind of deal with me on that level. And they didn't know because my ass be knowing shit, and they thinking I can see their ass. You know what I'm saying? And I can't. I must, wherever they at, I can look where they at, but I can't actually see them. I can't describe what they're wearing. I don't see that shit. And I know what they're saying, and I know who's saying it, but I can't hear any voices. So it's like spirit is telling me who's saying what. And so, I love you too. Oh, peace and love. I love you too. See, you feeling my energy through the internet. That's why we put these videos out here, so people can feel your essence and soul and know you, so we can love each other. So y'all make your videos, go live on Facebook and start talking about how you really feel. Get your shit out. You know, get the shit out. Put it out there in the streets. How you feel about whatever, all kind of weird shit that you never really thought you wanted to talk about, because that's probably the shit your ancestors want you to talk about. You know, because everybody has a duty to fulfill. And so my duty happens to be this duty. I'm out here with the homeless people. I'm out here on my Jesus walk times 100 because I come from the bloodline of Jesus. And I was married to Jesus at one point in time. You know, at one incarnation. I was married to that entity. Whether I was a male or female, I don't know, and I don't think it matters. Because we reincarnate through our families. So in order to keep the order and not be having incest, that's why we make other families be our families that join with our families, so that we can create family bloodlines where everybody marries each other, so that when we do incarnate, we know we'll incarnate into somebody that we like, into people that we like. Because we can't just keep on marrying yourself. You can't marry your children and shit. You can't marry your grandchildren. You can't have your grandchildren marry each other or shit like that. So you have to set it up and plan your generations for you to be able to actually meet back up with your mate. Meet back up with the love of your life. That's what Tupac was talking about every other video. Every other city we go. No matter where I go, I see the same hoes. That's what he talk about. He talk about the love of his life jumping into the women around him. So that basically he's with her all the time. He could be having sex with any amount of women in the world and it wouldn't matter. Because the love of his life is always going to jump in there and possess that woman. That's how it works. You know, that's probably why my ass been celibate all these years. Because I haven't really been with anybody that, or met anybody that somebody could jump in their body, you feel me? So that I feel loved. Like, I feel love. I feel love. Like, I don't feel like I lack love throughout my life. And that's a wonderful feeling, you know? That's why I'm so happy right now, because I have been loved in real life and spiritually, and I've loved people back. And so I feel like I could leave the earth right now and I'm not going to be missing anything. But I know they want me to get to know them, so that when I go to the next level, if I don't have a body, I won't feel lost. And when I hear their voice, I'll know to come to them. That's what they want. They don't want me, you know, when they say, the sky might fall, the sky might fall, but I'm not worried at all. Hey, hey. That's what they talk about. This shit might fall down and crumble, but don't worry, because when it's all over with, we're going to the same place. Because we're going to be calling you. We're going to be calling your name. We're going to be calling all your names. And you're going to be calling our names, because we done told you what we've been called. Like Nipsey said, what they call you, where you from. That's so that he can call on your ass and call on your spirit, because you got multiple different names. Like how Beyonce got Sasha Fierce and stuff. I love Beyonce. Beyonce jumped in my body too. And Beyonce is, she's highly magical and she's highly spiritual. And she's a great person. I don't know what they be showing all these, you know, whatever is trying to make her out to be a bad person. I don't feel that from her at all. That's why I say, as much shit as I be talking about the celebrities, I don't really be feeling like that about them, because they didn't jump in my body. The only celebrity I really don't fuck with is Oprah. I don't care for Oprah. And maybe because of what's going on, you know, how she's never helped black people or never helped, really, she's full of shit in my eyes. But, you know, other than that, I fucks with all the celebrities. Pretty much all of them talk to me on some level. Some of them can do it better than others, but pretty much all of them fucks with me. So most of them have some kind of spiritual power. Believe that. That's why they're in the position they're in, because they have a way to be able to make people click on their videos and listen to their songs and shit. They can jump in your body and make your ass fucking listen to that shit. They can make you go buy it, and they be telling you, they be giving instructions and shit. Go buy my record. Tell your fucking ass what to do, and your ass go to do it. If your ass is their fan, that's how they control your asses. I'm not one of them bitches. I ain't been a groupie. So they had to warm me up. They had to teach me them. I didn't listen to this shit. Tidal is my best friend. That's why I love Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z because he's a genius. Jay-Z is one of my husbands in the past life as well. Jay-Z has a spirit that is eternal, and he's going to always be here, and he's going to always come back. Why he a God of this earth. A lot of them are like that. But I just say, you know, those are the ones that I be dealing with, and those are the ones that I love. You know what I mean? For certain reasons, I love them. That's why I always tell them, good morning, my loves. Welcome home. Oh. So, just know I done called me some gangsters up too. I done called some certified bona fide gangsters. You feel me? But I'm going to leave that alone, because the gangsters could do it too. Listen to some Nas. You'll hear him talking about that shit. He tell you of the ghosts dancing. Ghosts of gangsters dancing. That's what he talking about. Them fucking ghosts of gangsters and jumping somebody's ass, and they got that motherfucker dancing. And certain people know that person's signature. How they act, how they walk, how they think, how they talk. And they know when somebody got that fucker up in them. Okay? That's how this shit work. But I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to get this thing, because my phone is about to die. I just went from 15 to 5, and then I ain't even been on here 10 minutes. That's why I said my phone, the battery is being zapped for some reason. I got to plug it in, because I got to be out of here at 12, and I can't come back here to plug my phone. And I really don't know where to go, because they done took all the plugs out of everywhere in LA. And they not letting you eat in no restaurant, so you can't sit and plug your phone there. So basically, they really literally got us on the street. They got us riding up and down on these buses all night, and eventually they're going to stop the buses. So I got to figure out what city I want to be stuck in when this shit pops off. And I have to be honest, I think I want to be stuck in Long Beach. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go down to Long Beach and spend a couple days down there. I don't really want to be over there in Slauson and Crenshaw because they got them fucking cameras. I don't know what they got planned. I don't want to fuck around over there. But I know Long Beach is outside of LA and away from Eric Garcetti bitch ass. But let me get the fuck off this line. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Peace and love.